So hello everyone. Today we will be discussing how we can do schema validation in API testing using Karate. So what's in schema in response? What does this mean? So schema is a structure defined in a JSON format. It actually provides the data type of information of different fields inside JSON response. So whenever we hit any API, so we get some response in for the JSON response, and in the JSON response there will be different fields there, and there will be some and those fields will be of different types, like it can be of string, number, object, array. So those kind of information is actually we define it as a schema of that response. That will be the schema of the response, means the data type information of any JSON structure. So we in API testing we do sometimes do the schema validation of the response. Or okay, if there's a field in the response and it has been defined as a string, that field should always be coming in a string format, not any other format. So to actually implement this schema validation in Karate, we will take a dummy API of Regress API, and we'll try to hit the response, and whatever response we will be getting, we will try to perform a schema validation on that response. So let's start that thing. So we have this base URL like this. This is the path of that API, and this is the query parameter of page equal to 2, and we'll try to hit do a get operation, and we'll see. Let's see what's the response we get. So okay, so we have the response here. So in the response we can see there are different fields like page, per page, total, and there it has been for the value of those fields are something like it's a number 2, 6, 12, 2. Data here we can see it is an array. It's a JSON array consisting of JSON objects. So the elements inside the JSON data array, they are JSON objects. Inside there are different fields there. Like we have the support field here. It's actually a JSON object here inside this JSON response here. So these are different fields in the JSON response, and now we will be performing the schema validation on this response. That okay, we will be verifying that if there is a field called page, and it's so that the value of this field page should always be coming as number, not as a string. Fine. Okay, so let's start doing that thing. So how we do actually write the schema validations in Karate? Let's learn that. So we will have this keyword match keyword, and this variable response contains all the different fields of that JSON response. We'll try to we'll try to declare the structure or the schema of the response here, something like this. So what are the different fields here? We have a field called page here, so we can define it as a number. So here it is a number, so I will be declaring that the value of the field page should always be number. Similarly, we have this per page, and this is also a number. Now we have this total field, This is also a number. Now, where is this total pages? Total pages. This is also a number. Now the data here, the data is actually a JSON data array. So we will declare it as an array here. Right. Now this page is done, per page is done, total pages data. Now we have one more field here, that is support. The support is actually a JSON object here. See, you can see it starts from the curly braces and closing with curly braces. Inside we have two fields here, URL and text here. So we can define it here, the support, and you can say it will be an object. So here we have declared that whatever fields are coming in the response, we have defined here what should be the data type, what is the expected data type of different fields inside the response. So let's run this script again and see if our validation is passing or not, if our script is actually working or not. Right. So yeah. Okay. So if we do like this, we check the report now. So our schema, our structure is actually passing here, that whatever the expected data type of the JSON response, the same thing is coming. So suppose if we change it here, something like it, we make it as an object. So what actually happens here? The ideally situation that the script should fail, or giving the error that yes, the expected and the actual is not matching. You are expecting the page to be an object, but in the actual, it's actually it's coming as a number, right? So let's run this and see. So yeah, it's actually failing here, and let's see the error. So it's clearly saying that you are expecting an object here, but it's actually a number here. So we can verify that yes, our script is actually working fine. Whatever the expectation is, that it's coming, and it's actually validating the schema of the response here. So let's undo this change. So, okay, now we have a JSON data array, and now we can have a one task that please verify the JSON object inside the JSON data array. So we can actually write a validation on the schema of this data array. Is whatever the JSON objects are coming inside this JSON data array, we can put a schema validation on the different fields inside for this JSON objects inside this data array, like ID, email, first name, and everything. So let's do like this. Let's see how we can actually write the script for this. So there are different elements here. Total, I think it's 5. 1, 2, 3. Total, I think there are 5 elements inside this data array, and we want to put our schema validation on each of the element of the JSON data array. So how we can actually do it? So we have a keyword here, match each, and we can actually traverse to the data array here, and we can put a star as it is a special character that will mean that it will go to each of the element of the JSON data array and put its validation on the different fields of the JSON objects inside that array. So similarly we can put this one. can directly define the give the different fields and give them what is the actually data type of them. So we have ID here. We are expecting it to be a number here. Similarly, we have email here. So we are expecting to be a string here. Now we have this first name here. So that is also a string. Now we have this last name here. This is a string. And there is one more field, avatar. This is also a string. So we are putting validation on each of the element of the data array, and we are defining that what should be the data type, what the expected data type of the different fields inside this JSON object here. The ID, it should be a number, email string, first name string. So all these fields I am expecting to be string. So let's run this and see what's passing, what's working or not. So yeah, it's actually working. Go down. Yes, that is the expectation. Suppose let's check if she's actually validating the data type or not. So if I expect here the number and try to run this, so it's actually failing here, giving the error. Giving the error that yes, it's coming as a it's actually a string, but you are actually expecting number here. So we can validate, we can actually check this, our script is working fine. It's actually validating the data type of the different fields inside the data array, right? So that's how we learned how we can perform schema validation in karate on different fields inside the on the whole response at the response label, and also inside data array that is present in the response. So how we can actually validate each of the element inside that array. So thank you all. I hope you learned something today, and do like and subscribe to the channel to learn more about the automation testing things in the channel. Thank you all. Thanks.